In this video, we're looking at system information using the Linux terminal on the ISU Computer Science server. So we're assuming that you can open a terminal to run commands on the server, and then this is a list of commands just as a starting point to run on the server. So you're going to open up your terminal program, whatever it is, and connect. There's a basic description of what these commands do. I'm going to bring this over so we can see that. So uptime, that says how long the system has been up. If I go to one of the other computers, then this would have a different uptime. Up theory, that's my desk computer, so that one has been up for 31 days. So these commands all work the same. So let's see, df. So df is disk free. This is a list of file systems. So all the user files on the CS server are in this U1 directory. That shows 2.9 terabytes used, 7 terabytes available. There is a /store where backups are, and there's 7 terabytes used, 11 available. Okay, so I will look at this if there's a problem with the server, like it's not working or something, then sometimes it will be that somebody has a bug in their program or something and they filled up the /temp directory. So you don't really need to worry about that, but so this is a reason to use the df. So if any of these become like 100% use, that could be a problem. Okay, so who am I? Who is logged in? I have many different accounts that I'm using on the server, so if it's not showing me, depending on your settings, it's showing you all the time who you are. But just to be sure, host name is what computer am I currently logged into. If I go over here and I exit, this is the terminal just running commands on this MacBook, and this MacBook calls itself this. Okay, pwd, print working directory. Let's see, if I go into my H1 directory and then I pwd, there it is. So you could get fairly deep into directories where it's sort of, let's get into one that goes deeper. So eventually you get to subdirectories where it's really taking up the whole width there, so it's kind of hard to read. So depending on your settings, you may or may not have the full path. If I do pwd, I've got it all there, but depending on your settings, it might not be. But so that gives you the current working directory. Clears the screen. Finger will tell you who else is logged on to the system right now. I'm not going to do that because this is a public video and people are not allowed to know who is registered for classes. If I do it over here on my local, this is just running on my local computer. So this has jkinney has 3 different logins. One of the logins is this terminal. I think another one of the logins is this tab over here, and then another one is this starcon is probably the whole computer that I'm logged into. And man. So man is the command for viewing the manual. So if I do man cp, that shows me information about the copy command. So in particular in there are two options that I use quite a bit. One is force, and the other is R for recursive. So if I want to copy the entire, so if I want to say h1 backup or something like that, it says their directories. You don't do it like that. But if I do -r h1 backup, so now the h1 and h1 backup are the same. So R is for recursive. Recursive means, in this context, it means go inside and do it all, everything that's contained in there. So -f says don't ask me about overwriting something. So let's say that I'm in my h1 and I messed up my info.txt or something like that. So I want to get my h1 backup info.txt and I want to have it go here. The way my account settings are, it asks me for confirmation before overwriting or deleting something. If I was copying tons of files, let's just say I was going to copy all of them. So star is everything, and dot is copy it here. So it's going to ask me for every single one of those. If I'm really sure, -f for force is it's not going to ask me. I thought it wouldn't ask me. Okay. You can tell me why. Why did it ask me anyway, even with the -f? Okay, so those are just some commands to get some basic information that sometimes is useful. Of note to the class is, so putting these the other way, this is a quiz. So these are quiz questions that we're allowed to ask you now. Memorize the descriptions of these commands. So what is the command to get which directory you're inside of? That is pwd. All right, so you can expect on the first quiz to have exactly this and to have to write down these. They'll be in a different order, right? Okay, so there's a little bit about getting around in the system. I'll point you out to, there's more commands to know, which we'll be doing a video on that. But just as a heads up, there's a lot more commands. So we'll give you another video of more